folks, Species7 here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another look at Production Line, the game where we end up starting with little bits of metal and turning them into automobiles and selling them out the other end by building, well, you guessed it, a production line. So last time around we got a working line running, and that's all well and good. It's not terribly efficient. It does things like runs out of resources, you know, now and again. And, well, like I say, the worst problem is it's not really efficient. For a number of reasons. One, there's quite a discrepancy in the very first plant, which, oh, I clicked the vehicle, sorry. The very first plant, which takes just a hair under 26 seconds to complete everything it needs to do and boot out a product. You keep going up and you'll find out, well, you can see this one takes almost 3 times as long. This one, wow, even a little bit longer than that, you know, which leaves these guys also a bit on the long side. And these guys are sort of back down to the beginning area. So if we really wanted things to run the way they should, nothing should take longer than the first part's production, which in this case, as we see, is about 26 seconds, let's say. So a second or two either side of that is sort of, no big deal. It doesn't work that way right now, as you can tell. And there are ways to solve that. But there's also other issues that have to do with efficiency. And one of them is what we pay out, okay? And whether there's anything we can do about it. So let's have a look at our expenses. Now, raw materials. Right now, we don't have the know-how to sort of take anything and make anything else out of it other than basically Lego. You know what I mean? Like we take a seat and we drill it to the floor of a car. But we don't make the seat. Okay, we buy the seat. So component purchases and raw materials right now, there's not much we can do about it. Even though the component purchases is our largest expense at the moment. Okay. Yeah, we're going to have to chew this down through various research. There are researches that will allow you to purchase your components a little cheaper, but more importantly, there are researches that will allow you to buy raw materials and turn them into components. And using seats again as the example, since I sort of grabbed that out of space the last time, if a seat costs you $1,000 to buy, it's only going to cost you $500 to make. So we can shave this in half just by learning how to do our own manufacturing. And by just, that's huge. Like, it's a lot of things. Rent, next biggest expense. Right now, not a lot we can do. Okay, totally honest. If anything, we're going to find that number is going to get fatter because we're going to want to add on the rest of the sections available. Alright, wages, well, that's not too bad. We got a lot of people standing around staring at robots, you know, and that's something we got to live with. So for now, again, researching certain things will allow this to decrease somewhat, okay? But here, our number 3 spent of money, every single hour we spend over $9,500 on power. That's $134,000 a day. Yeah. Oh, sorry, that's the autosave. So, yeah. Not so good. Yeah, $134,000 a day. Wow. So, what can we do about that? Well, again, that takes us back to research. And one of the things that I did research, I basically just left this thing to run and pump out cars. That achieved 2 things. We do make a little bit of money on each car. It just takes a darn long time. So it allowed us to build our money back up from 800,000 to about 1.6 mil. It also allowed me to get some researches done: body specialization, engine specialization, paint, more robots, factory expansion, and power production. Now, power production gives us something really cool. As you can see, I'm actually working on improved efficiency, and that will unlock all of this. But power production does unlock something very, very cool. It unlocks this, the power plant. Now, if we look, we're currently, right now, using $6,856 worth, I would assume, of power every single hour. Okay? So if I slap this in here, we're now producing 18, oh, okay, that's required power. We're now producing 1,800 of those 6,800. Okay? So you can see where this is going, can't you? We're now producing half, almost, of our power. Alright. We're now producing more power. Yes, indeed, than I can find a proper English word for. And I'm going to run time now. Okay? Let's come back out of here. That's all beautiful and stuff. Okay, that's doing fine. Let's let this run for a little bit. Okay, we can see that we're not quite up to it, right? At full production, we're lagging a tiny bit. So let's throw, one more. There we go. That should do it. That should do it. Now, if we actually look here at our expenses, we can see, alright, well, I guess it takes a little while to change. Okay, this was at 96. It's actually more now, but that's obviously not an accurate reflection. It takes, like I said, a little bit of time to change. And then once it does, what we'll find is a lot more of the cost of our vehicles is going to be covered, and this number is going to go up a lot quicker. Now, of course, we did just spend, a couple of dollars building all of this. However, it will help. All right. The second way that you can make things a little better by throwing money at them, and again, this is somewhat research related, is to research robotics. Okay? And what that allows you to do is make your own robots so that places like this, where we know, okay, it's taking us this long, 63.35. Okay. Now, if I go to upgrades, I can buy a set of robots. Now, they're only going to increase the speed by 0.10. Okay. So it's not a whole bunch. That 63.35 for an extra, for $1,800 will drop to about 57. It will also consume, as we can see, plus 22 power. Okay, so whereas these guys help a little bit more, and these guys like a half of 1%, they're not a real super duper way. They're sort of a fine tuning, Like, I know that my chassis assembly plant is only a couple of, well, about a second and a half slower than the accessories plant. So if I wanted to fine tune so everything along here ran at more or less the same speed, I could add a couple of robots here, and it would drop the assembly time to equal what this is. Alright, so it all sounds good. Let's see if this is now reflecting what's going on. It might only go at the end of the day. Power purchase. We're now spending $12 an hour. Oh, and research is complete. So let's have a look here, shall we? Oh, it doesn't allow me to. Okay. Yeah, but I don't care. I want to. There we are. We're doing it my way or the highway, fella. Okay. The main reason I've been going into the research right off the bat is because the places that do take a full minute as opposed to only, less than a third, i.e. the body, we need to make it more effective. We need to find out what it is that's slowing it the heck down. Next, I guess, I don't really need that. This is really quick. And this is really quick. So I think maybe manufacturing. Oh, safety features. These are actually things we can add to our vehicle, which is really cool. High pressure. New upgrades, faster drying. See, this is now available to us through our efficiency. Faster resource. Let's do that, shall we? Because that sounds just handy as heck. So, beyond that, what can we do to really make this thing swing? Well, let's start another assembly line, shall we? We'll kind of keep this one lollygaggling along, alright? Just because we want the research to continue. So let's focus in here. Let's get another assembly line started. We will need, of course, a resource importer here. Boom. Alrighty. Lovely. Always a good place to start. And, of course, the first thing we're going to want is our ever-popular chassis assembly. Now, I haven't researched it yet, so we'll see that these are still grayed out. It is a one-unit building. So, with that said, let's place that one unit. Boom. No route to stockpile. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay. We've been through this. You simply start at the stockpile and find a good route. Boom. There we are. Now the resources will come just a-rolling in. Alright, and they're going to start building chassis. Rah-rah, sis-boom-bah. Been there, done that. Got a t-shirt. Let's move on. Alright, now here's where we started running into our first bottleneck, hence the 4 yellow cars in line. And that bottleneck is, of course, that this thing takes fully 2.5, almost 3 times as long to produce as that did. So, what's really taken up the time? Well, it's the body frame. It takes 40 seconds. The roof, that's nothing. It's 9 seconds. The doors, 13 seconds. Both of them well within what we're going to be able... I know the next slot is not currently connected. Well, that must have come out in the new patch. There was just a patch for it. Because before, you just didn't know why they wouldn't move along. But nice on... Anyway, let's get back to this. So, the body frame is obviously our limiter right now. Okay? So, if we come in here... Oops, sorry. And let's say we're going to knock that in there. Alright? Now, I'm going to want to go this way. I'm going to want to go this way. Okay? And what I'm going to actually do now is fit in 2 of these. And just the body frame parts, because these are the guys that are taking so darn much time. And boom. Now let's go back to our conveyors and make sure that these are properly connected. Excellent. Alright. No route to stockpile. Yeah, we're getting there, dude. We are going to get there. Okie dokie. Okie dokie artichoke. Alright. I'm trying to actually see what the heck I've got over here for resource inputs. Not brilliant. Not bad, but not brilliant. So, I'm going to go, I think, from this one straight down. Oops, no, I don't want that there, thank you. And from there straight over. And this one, we're going to run straight to there. Alright, they should start running resources in there. Brilliant. Okay, now let's come back out the other side with our conveyors. Okay, so I'm going to run a conveyor to, oh, I suppose here will work. And let's run another one from there to, stop it, here. Okay, brilliant. Now, what I'm going to do is join them back together. I think, yeah, about there, hey? So, there, and then, is that going to work? Sure it is, look at that. Now, I'm going to go back to a fit roof. Brilliant. We'll take a conveyor out of there. Boom. Fit doors. Again. Brilliant. And we'll put some conveyors to them. So your stockpile, paleo, is there. So let's go from there to there. And yours is here. So let's go to here. And then down the hill. Boom. Alright. So what we should end up seeing here, insufficient resources. Okay, this will take a second to catch up, obviously. We're kind of moving things in here pretty quick. Alright. But what we're going to... No route to stockpile. Really? Why not? Why? Sure there is. I mean, I know that you can't get any further because I haven't built the next unit. But there we are. We now have all of these in, and we can get ourselves a fit paint. Drop that in. And get our resource conveyor. Okay, from there... Let's take it out to there. Oh, I guess this just needs to run straight down, doesn't it? I didn't need to take it out to there. So, we can get rid of that one, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know why this one is not getting what it requires. I wonder if we just need to bring in another importer here. Let's... Oh no, here comes the paint. That's fine. It's not. Let's figure out why this guy's not getting it. And I think it's because we're not connected to the main, are we? I think that's our problem. So, yeah. Is that actually doing it? Alright, that was our problem. We missed a connection down here. So we had an open spot. Now everything should move ahead. Let's go back and put our conveyor into our paint shop. So, now, this all got held up because that wasn't connected. There is, of course, another way to do that. Like, if I wanted to. Now, I know this paint shop is going to now cram everything down to zip. Because it, again, takes 60 seconds, right? If we look at it. Well, almost 70. So, yeah, it's a heck of a beastie for trying to get what we need. Now, I could simply place 2 of these, right? Then it would take 40 seconds apiece. Okay, they could, you know, split the line like we did down here and run 2 of them because they're the slowpokes, right? I mean, that cleaned all of this up. We have no bottleneck from the chassis anymore. We're getting stuck here. One thing, because resources have to go such a long way. And secondly, because the paint shop is plugging the system. Okay? Which is not good, right? So, let's get a fit engine in place. Conveyor it up. Let's get it hooked up to our conveyors here. There we go. Let's get, that was engine, accessories. Now, are there no more importers? Nothing on that wall at all, eh? That sucks, man. Yuck. Okay. You'll notice, too, we're now well below our power again. Yeah. Let's connect those. Let's get our conveyor. There's our stockpile. And looks like we're going to have to run it all the way down here. There we go. And you should start getting resources eventually. Slowly, of course. Unfortunately, quite slowly. Here it comes. Wow. Nope, that's not even your kit. There it is. It had to wait for the paint to load. See, this is why I'm researching currently the faster body bits. Yeah, that's why. Alright, now we've gotten as far as what? Fit accessories. Okay. So now we require a quality check. Now, oh, okay, cool. Now our resources are going to move a little quicker. Alright, let's just get all of these done and call it good at that. So the next thing we're into is our quality. Now, the thing is, I think what I'm going to do here is save some money and do that. Because when you get right down to it, this line has never got enough stuff coming up. It's just not efficient enough. Right? So this is going to allow us to now, there we go, simply push them over there and ignore having to spend, you know, the extra $20,000 to hook up another one of those, another 13 there. So there you are. We did pretty good. We saved ourselves a bunch of money. I'm going to use that money to start re-upping power. There we go. Again, we're not way over, but we're making up most of it. 2 more, maybe 1 more actually would do us. There we go. So, we're now producing, it cost us a lot of money, but we have an entire second production line running, right? So, let's head out here and let's have a look, shall we? Can I get rid of that, maybe? Is there okay if I just click on it again? Oh, yeah, okay. So, here you go. We're now getting all the way up to the paint, right? So, the next thing we really need to do is start splitting that paint shop off into the same thing we did here, okay? Because our chassis and our body fitting are actually moving along just fine. They're getting what they need. Right? We do run a little shy of resources here, but by the same token, what I would do, and I'm not doing it yet because I'm going to very soon demolish the paint thing, break it up into different portions like I did with the other one. I'm just waiting for the money to come in. Alright? And then we'll do that, break it off, get it to loop its thing here, and then we'll connect it to one of the imports over there. Right? And we'll work our way up until we finally reach a point where we're actually manufacturing all of the parts required to keep us going. So, but there you go. That's, I think we're doing considerably better than we were, aren't we? Yeah. We're now, even though we've got an entire second factory running, we're only using $600 an hour in power. So, that's really helping. That's helping those cars that we're selling turn some of that profit into pocket liner And of course, well, this is the automotive industry. We want pocket liner. That's why we're here. So, there you go. As I said, next time around, what we'll do is get rid of our next bottleneck or two and start getting into some manufacturing. So, let's hit the old pause stick. I will keep researching feverishly and get all of that stuff taken care of. Hope you enjoyed the episode, guys. I'm really enjoying this game. This is a lot of fun. Give it a try. There will be a link down below in the description. It is, of course, still early access, my apologies, and it is not yet available on Steam. So again, follow the link, support the developer, and take it from there. Hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe, favorite, share, do all the YouTubey stuff, and above all, take care of each other, folks. We'll be back with some more production line very soon. Ciao for now.